Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Beyond Reality. I'm SOLRETA Antaria and thank you for joining me. So excited to be here with you guys on Beyond Mystic. And please jump on over and like, share, and subscribe. So many beautiful shows for you guys to watch. And you can see all of the girls here keeping us up to date with astrology and tarot, and JC and the crew keeping us up to date with everything else happening in the news. Also, this is a good time to jump on over to beyondmystic.academy, and you can catch the replay for Abundance and Manifestation with May Levy that aired July 14th. So you're not too far behind if you're to catch up and watch the replay now. But this will be opening receptors in the brain for abundance and wealth and prosperity codes. So it's a really important one if you are focused on abundance and prosperity, or if you have any blocks and things to clear. So I have an important message for today. We've had some really interesting energy come up in the meditation that I just did previous, just tuning in for our audience for today. And yeah, I do tune into all of your energy when we do this sort of work and do this weekly show. And what was interesting was I felt really the veil between worlds coming very strong, but I felt the supportive spirit standing behind me. And even as we talk about it now, there may even be wing activations for some of you. You may feel like earth angel wings and galactic activations and things. I know I'm definitely feeling it this week. So the crystal that wanted to come and play with us is the Vogel wand. So with this one, it is a bit of a more of like a cut crystal. It's cut to specific degrees. And to be a true Vogel, I forget exactly like the degree and the points and the angles that it's cut to. But you guys will be able to find some information on this. You can use it for etheric healing, activation, chakra activation, third eye activation. You can use it for cloud busting. You can use it for activating your water. And it's really good for drawing like Tibetan 8 figure 8 symbols and things like that for healing and activation in auras. But the Vogel crystal was the one that wanted to come up today. So for those of you that aren't aware of it, might be good to have a little bit of a Google, but it is really good for etheric repair, activation, working with portal energies, things of that sort of nature. But we did have the Rumi deck come up today as well. So I'll just read to you the one that came up, and we will get started on looking into this week. And I just want to thank you all for those of you that wrote little comments and things last week. I love reading them, and I love hearing about your experiences and activations and things of this nature. Please let me know if you're having activations throughout the last week. I know that we're still working on upgrading and things like this. But this is the beautiful card that's come out today, which is, and I hope I'm saying this right, Al-Uzar, Star of Venus. So there's a little bit of a little affirmation that I'm going to read. I am a pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not an empty shell. I am a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes and see and become aware of me. Perceive me with the eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you. And this is by Rumi. But what I was really feeling, this card really helped to kind of, I guess, bring it in to represent like on a physical picture, because I really do feel spirit standing behind us at the moment, encouraging, supporting, and also giving us guidance. So meditate, feel into guidance that's coming from your spirit guides, your angels, your team, your higher self, especially. So I'm just going to read to you the first little part of this to do with this card. And I'll hold up this beautiful card. My favorite color, magenta. My beautiful one, born of pure radiance, you have love in your heart and a passion for play that cannot be dulled by bleakness, boredom, or fear. Your soul is sensual and dances with life, utter abandonment and devotion. Through the ways of this world seem strange to you at times, they eventually declare it to be nothing but strange beauty and expand your heart, resisting nothing and allowing it to be bathed in the radiance of your being. You were here to share the light of another world, a blessed world of conscious, pure, and divinity, or absolute, that it transcends duality and instead brings in the oneness of the greatest love. So we have talked about, transcending duality and things of this sort of nature coming up the last couple of weeks, and really kind of, seeing beyond the veil has been a theme for this year, and really, starting to see evidence and things of that in photos and interactions that people are having. So let me know if you're also having that kind of activation happen. Also, paying particular attention to dreams and things at the moment is super important. I myself was having quite strange dreams last night with a lot of messages. There's a lot of messages coming forth from subconscious mind at the moment, getting us to really looking at, blocks and things that we're pushing past and things that we're growing from. First card we have today is the card of the devil. This is an energy to recognize when it comes up this week. This is also associated with the Hebrew glyph called Ayin, which we see in the bottom corner. This represents throat area, thyroid gland, and things. We also see that this is a very phallic design. We see a little bit of soul entrapment and things as well. So what is it that you're holding back on? What is it that this energy could be, very stubborn or fixed? Where is it that we're being stubborn and fixed and not kind of speaking up in life? And I'm feeling activations around crown chakra as we're talking about this too. So I feel it's to look at the energy of the devil and sort of play devil's advocate this week. So really looking at, what are the hard things that you've been avoiding that you could be kind of like diving into and really focusing on your joy and happiness, moving away from anything that has this sort of trickster, illuminated type nature. Let's have a look into what else is coming up. And I do keep feeling like throat chakra, speak your truth, and activate things is coming up quite strongly. So even when you're meditating and connecting with your guides, and I wrote myself a little note, let's just read this. Spirit's prompting and reminding me to read this. So meditate and feel the presence of spirit and your guides. Surround yourself with your team. Ask for guidance and assistance. Now, it really is important that we actually activate our team and that we ask for assistance and for guidance, because otherwise, they don't really have the permission to work with us, and they won't come in and really intervene or interfere unless it's absolutely, a dire situation. So we have 5 cards here on my desk. I will just feel into these before we flip them over. I do feel the energy coming up to do with like more of an Aquarian type, almost like a star card energy, where it's keeping in our pureness and our connection to source is what I'm also seeing. I'm also seeing this come up through a couple of readings that we've had this week and last week, with a drip, drip, drip coming in from our higher consciousness. So really paying attention to, subtle messages, whether you're having repetitive thoughts, synchronicities, things of this sort of nature, trying to guide you and move you away from this devil sort of energy. Also, Spirit is asking us to clarify this devil card before we move on. So let's get a little bit more insight and information. I will also pick some cards from my other deck as the clarifiers to have a look. So they want 4 cards. We have Knight of Swords, 10 of Wands, 8 of Disc, and we have Page of Cups. So what was once like holding us back, this is actually about voicing up and releasing anything that may have caused oppression. And when I say oppression energy, it really is sort of like Saturn, Sagittarius energy. So anything that we may have felt that we were really looking for meaning in, and sometimes we will look for meaning in situations just to feel like we're not ready to move out of an uncomfortable situation just yet. So are we looking at it as though there's meaning or there's more to something than what there is, rather than just moving away from it? So Knight of Swords, vocalize, speak up, remove yourself from oppression type energy, because you can't get much further than a 10. But we do have seed planting happening. We've got Virgo sun energy with the 8 of Disc, which is really beautiful. It's things coming into fruition. It also is a little bit of detoxification of certain things, an element of beautiful seed planting. What we also have here with the Page of Cups too is moving towards joy, moving towards things that are positive and uplifting, moving away from things that are oppressive. So that's kind of like the energy clarifying around the devil. Let's flip over these other cards that came out for the rest of the week. So yeah, we're going to be ending cycles and patterns. I'm also hearing Spirit say the word agreements. So whether this is like soul contracts and agreements and things of that sort of nature, let me know if this is also happening for you in the comments below. And if you guys are going through some of these ending times, I'm just sending you extra love and support. And, we do have the beautiful team to reach out if you need a little bit more guidance and assistance. But Prince of Wands, and we have the Queen of Disc, So this for me is about kind of like recreation, and it's about like really coming back to the core of what it is that you want to create. Because what we've got at the moment is a little bit of limitation to do with the past. And we're also seeing that perhaps create like the same situation, the same manifestation over and over again. Where we're coming to is the word conclusion, is what I'm hearing spirit say. And we also have relationship energy around this. This might even be like soul alignments and things. This is the card of completion, also known as Four of Wands. There may be some deep past life connection or soul ties that you're also kind of like finishing up contracts and agreements with. For some, it feels like a standstill type energy with this Hanged Man. Let's clarify and ask for how to deal with this sort of situation with the Hangman, because that's sort of where we get a little bit fixated and stuck and a little bit hard to move. So we're just getting 4 cards for this, is what Spirit's saying. So we have 9 of Wands. So there might be some trauma bonds and things like that also that we're working on releasing this week with 9 of Wands. This is a card of strength. And we see here that he's got a little bit of abandonment issues or some wounds and things of that sort of nature, but he doesn't give up. This is about taking your personal power back. This is Capricorn and Sun energy. Only you can sort of be that one to climb up that hill. We have strength and we have a brand new beginning with Page of Disc. So these are really beautiful energies. The strength card for me too also has an energy of kind of like the warrior that's coming into their own power. So really, really beautiful cards. It is a bit of a challenge. What we're seeing. I also got guided because we're working with hidden world energy and spirit really coming in to assist. I got guided to work with the hidden worlds deck, which I think we had maybe a week or 2 ago as well. But we have the card of the pathway, which is this beautiful bridge. And we see this etheric kind of veiled world. So this is about direction, purpose, and change, which is really interesting because this kind of echoes what was just coming up in that live read that we just pulled for the collective. So you know where you must go, you know what must be done. But this moment of hesitation or integration of all that has led you to this place, the road ahead of you is the distinct and clear of those in the hidden worlds. But you pause before continuing. A human eye cannot always see the path that must be taken for the soul to continue on its journey. So whatever you do at this stage, you must know that you are on the journey, that you are on the path. If you stay still and refuse to move, which is what we were seeing with the Hanged Man type energy, you are still on the path. If you run, turn back, or hide for a time, you are still on the path. You will not make a mistake, dear one. You cannot. Your soul knows what you are doing. And all that you must do is choose the direction which will lead you to the most self-love, which is for you. Now, we did have that Page of Cups energy as well. So planting the seeds around self-love. This is echoing the same sort of message. So it says, it is not a fantasy or a dream. It is not foolish or selfish of the human world calls it, to go in the direction that will lead you to the fullest expression of your true self. Trust at this time, because although the path may be obscured to you at this time, you have crossed the bridge and you are facing the right direction. So that's a really beautiful message, and I'm really feeling that strongly. So keep going, dear one, keep going. We will guide you every step of the way. So remember to ask Spirit to guide you. We will place your feet on the unseen path, and you will climb into the place where you can truly see in all directions. And that, beloved, is the place of wisdom, which is your destiny. So there's a little illumination saying with this, my every step leads me in the direction to my true soul's calling. So for those of you that need like a little bit of help and a little bit of assistance through the week, remembering that we do have May's workshop that you guys can view and have the activations. We also have to come on over and like, share, and subscribe on Beyond Reality. Each day there's videos that will help and support you on this journey. I know so many of my beautiful clients that are soul family that, are part of the Beyond Mystic soul group family have talked about how Beyond Mystic really got them through over our lockdowns and the situation that we've had in the last few years. It helped to keep everyone sane. So yeah, keep up with that. And I just saw 444, which means that your angels are watching, looking out for you as we were talking about that. I also wanted to remind you guys that I do have sessions that I release. I am booked out till, I think it's till August at this stage. But every now and then, when spirit really guides me, or if people are really in need, sometimes I'll get that feeling or get spirit speak to me to release some new dates. So please keep an eye on social media and things like that. But yeah, you can come in here and check with the book your session. There's a lot more on here. There's testimonies talking about how I work with aura drawings, spirit guide communication, the tarot. Yeah, and I really have such a deep connection for working with people in soul purpose and helping them on their path and to connect with the veil between worlds. That's a really big part of my soul mission. So you'll see more information on here, and yeah, lots of treats and goodies and things to read about, and some free meditations, things of that sort of nature. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I really appreciate all of you, and I'm just sending you so much love. Thank you for your beautiful comments. I love to read them. It's hard to get to all of the ones that come through like on the live, but I always go in and check afterwards. So I just wanted to send you guys a lot of love, especially during these times. And we're in Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon at the moment. So if you need extra little bit of love and things, please make sure to follow things that make you feel good and are uplifting. And I'm thinking of you